evening. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and final Adelaide University Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. Teeth and prosthetics are now in place and you have progressed in the queue of things to be done before we see you. To this fourth and very last and final University Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. You have again progressed in the queue and we will be with you almost as soon as our makeup consultant finishes airbrushing the faces of the cast. For coming to this fourth and very last and final Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. You have progressed further in the queue. The cast is now completing a vinyl preparatory comfort swap in all the available dunnies and will be with you shortly. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and final Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. The cast is now progressing in the queue for the dunnies. Good evening. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and even more final Footlights Review. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. The curtain will go up just as soon as we have reminded ourselves of the words of the opening number. Good evening. Thank you for...
Advertise. No takers again. It's the same on Monday and Tuesday. Never mind. I was walking down North Terrace this morning and this man came up to me and he said, I know you. You're the man who slept with my wife. I said, not true. It's not true. You've ruined my reputation. You've ruined my reputation. I never slept a wink.
Excellent choice. Thank you. Oh, you stop.
I'm terribly sorry, but there's nothing on this menu for me. I'm a carnivore. Can you do me a lamb chop or a fillet steak or even a wild rabbit?
Can't you read? This is a vegetarian restaurant. How dare you come in here and ask me, an ordinary vegan, to cook some poor, slaughtered animal just to satisfy your disgusting fetish? It's outrageous.
Well, I can't help it, I'm sorry. I only eat meat.
We can't help it. Can't help it. Oh dearie, we can't help it. What self-indulgent nonsense is that? Really, you people are just poisoning the planet and creating climate change. I should throw you straight out of my restaurant for insulting my menu. I really should. Look, why don't you just try the textured soy protein nut burger? or the mock duck made from gluten. They say it's delicious. Tastes just like meat.
Look, I'm allergic to nuts, soy, gluten, starches, and the green stuff. I only eat meat.
Oh, well, that's different. You have a food allergy. Everyone has food allergies these days. All my friends have food allergies. They are mainly allergic to additives and preservatives and artificial colorings and flavorings and things like that.
But what can I eat tonight?
Tonight, I'll tell you what. I'll set it out for a piece of steak.
Steaks!
And I'll cook it in the oven so no one will know it's being carried on the premises, all right? Excellent, yes.
Oh, thank the Lord. Holy Mary, what a performance!
That's it! No, out of my restaurant! I'm not going to be a Catholic off premises.
La mer, café au lait et con chocolat éclair. Ah, mon croissant, ah, c'est très bon. Oh, pardon, monsieur. Je m'appelle Jean-Pierre et viens de carrière de service, monsieur.
Yeah, whatever.
Ah, monsieur has a little Francais problem, no?
Yes, Monsignor does have a bit of a problem.
Ah,
Why do you Frenchmen, look, why do you Frenchmen call a swimming pool a piscine?
mon Dieu, monsieur, because we piscine it.
Today, there is an outcry over the treatment of cattle in Indonesia. Cattle are meant to be stunned and dispatched, whilst in special boxes supplied by the Australian government. 90% of abattoirs use this method, but in some cases, the animals are taking up to 4 minutes to die.
That is absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to call the station. Hello? Hello, I can't take this. I'm going to be sick, and this must be stopped. It's inhuman, it's wicked, it's cruel and barbaric.
Following our expose, the government, after the public outrage over the treatment of the cows, has completely stopped all live exports to Indonesia.
Oh, I can't believe we let that happen. Those poor cows.
This is the late news. The Guantanamo detainees are left sitting on concrete on a thin mat in cages with their feet shackled to their hands for 10 hours at a time. They're in the full sun for part of the day and are not allowed to practice their religion. They are waterboarded and beaten daily. The treatment runs counter to the Geneva Conventions, and Amnesty International states that the treatment of detainees, despite many of them being proven completely innocent, is as bad in many cases as treatment handed out by the Nazis in World War II.
They look pretty well fed to me.
Serves the bastards right. They shouldn't have been in Afghanistan or Iraq at the time.
Prime Minister, a 16-year-old Australian boy has been arrested and put in detention in Indonesia for buying $20 worth of marijuana. The media are being disturbed.
Right? Leave it to me. Call the Attorney General. Take that call from his family. Get his solicitors on the line. Get the kid on the line. Get Yudhoyono children kept in detention.
Prime Minister, do you recall we have 349 refugee children in detention in Australia?
Prime Minister, an Australian citizen and journalist has just released thousands of tapes revealing the lies and cover-ups of many governments, including the lies, cover-ups, criminal activities even of the American government. The media have gone berserk.
Right? Leave it to me, I'm on to it. Attorney General, withdraw Assange's Australian citizenship. Don't take that call from his mother. Get me the president. Hello? Barack, mate. We'll denounce Assange and help get him to America so you can jail him. Call a press conference. We'll tell him that whistleblower, Assange, is guilty of treason.
Prime Minister, I hope you haven't forgotten that you only got into power relying upon a bloke who was a whistleblower.
Minister, you've got a conference in Cairns on saving the rainforests in South America, as well as also saving three-toed sloths, hundreds of macaws and jaguars, as well as the golden line tamarin.
No, I think my schedule's too full. No, I'm sorry. The schedule's far too full. Anything on whales?
Well, Minister, you've got a conference in Melbourne tomorrow on saving the stunningly beautiful, almost extinct Australian alpine dingo.
No room whatsoever. Anything on whaling?
Well, what about the conference in Darwin next week on banning the cruel and illegal slaughter of millions of sharks from being turned into cans of shark fin soup?
Well, as I said, my programme is absolutely full. Is there anything on whaling?
Yes, actually there is, Minister. A whaling conference in 2 months' time in Norway.
Wonderful. Book me in at one. Book me in immediately. That'll show the world that Australia is serious about conservation.
Like I said, I can still do it at 87. Then it's just a short walk home to number 83.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for the most famous escapologist, the great Waldo. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment and education, the great Waldo will attempt a most difficult, dangerous, and death-defying divertisement. I speak of nothing less than the escape from the dreaded plastic garbage bag. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Waldo, will be handcuffed and blindfolded. I will attempt to escape from the deadly garbage bag in 55 seconds. My life is forfeit in the bag. I run out of life-giving oxygen. So, if you've got a pacemaker or a delicate disposition, it's better if you leave the theatre immediately. But however, in my own defense, should I feel that I'm about to kick the bucket to lack oxygen, I will give a short blast on this whistle. So, let the experiments begin.
You are
You ask me whether there is anyone I can trust pending the reshuffle of ministries. My response to you is, apart from my partner Tim and my dog Reuben, the answer is na 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 na.
In As You Like It, William Shakespeare strives to chart the 7 chapters of our lives, from mewling infant, boy, to youth and man, until senescence, fame's herald, mortal span. But centuries ago, in Shakespeare's day, in 1600, when he wrote this play, the lack of hygiene, germs and pestilence caused fatal epidemics so immense that very few could reach the 7th stage and died instead at quite an early age, as Will himself would ultimately do by popping off at only 52. I don't suggest we utterly discard the 7 stages proffered by the bard, but exercise and medicines and stuff now mean that 7 stages aren't enough to chart our lives, since modern science appears to offer us another 30 years. And so it is. With great temerity, I used my pen to add another 3 to Shakespeare's 7, in the hope that they update the bard's descriptions and portray the modern 3 decades, which we presume will take us from retirement to the tomb. My modern stages follow on from where retirement nears. Let's pick it up from there. There comes a time which we all understand when work is done, retirement must be planned. He was ambitious long ago, and then retirement always seemed for other men. He thought he'd never ever get enough of budget cuts, strategic plans and stuff. Times have changed, retrenchment threatens, so this man who loved his work now longs to go. Inspired by dreams of leisure time, he pours through booklets on the wretched super laws, discovering each brochure and program and brochure is badly written, baffling and obscure. He tries to concentrate, but in despair discovers new amendments printed there, reveal entitlements the law permits, come just too late to bring him benefits. He cannot readily identify with boomers, Generation X or Y, but each of them, it seems, have found some perk to fund them well enough to give up work. If they can get a pension of some kind, he thinks there must be one that I can find. That's not the story that these brochures tell. Unhappily, it seems, his birthday fell exactly on the date which he is told will make him just too young or just too old for pension, dole, or comparable ploy his taxes paid for others to enjoy. To make things worse, he recognizes he has underrated self-sufficiency. Financial calculations make him doubt if what he has amassed will see him out. He'd hoped his meagre savings set aside for years would do a little to provide for his advancing and declining years, but statements every quarter fuel his fears that those he paid to keep his earnings high have made them shrink instead of multiply.
me there's a few familiar faces out there. Did you forget to go home last time? You remember last time I was having a bit of trouble with me water? No, not that kind, don't be like that. It was the drought and all them restrictions and everything died. Remember K-Walt and all that carry on. Anyway, this new bloke we got, what's he, the bloke called Cack. He reckons everything's going to be all right because of the desalination plant that's down that way somewhere or other. So he said, you know, lots of water in lots of pipes, we can all do what we like. Right, out I go. Buy all these seedlings, plant the bloody lot. What happens? The lot are dead. Look at them. Dead as a dodo. Why? I'll tell you why. The bloody water's so expensive you can't afford to use it. You know, my old woman sent me back to the quack the other day. You know, just, you know, little thing. My old woman. 1 in a million. Look at her, you think she's 1 in a raffle. 4 hours on the beauty parlour yesterday, I don't think she got served. We call her Harvey Norman. No interest for 2 years. Well, you know, we got kicked out of Kilburn not long ago, you know. They knocked down all the houses, built them new ones, sold them at a bloody great profit. We finish up north there somewhere in one of those old suburbs. They've tarred it up with 3 coats of dewlaps. I tell you, those places, the walls are so thin you can hear the woman next door change her mind. Every time they pull the chain next door, they empty our bath. They're that small. There's her lot, there's my lot, then there's our lot, there's 2 chairs in the place. My turn to sit down a week next Friday. You know, when I first met my wife, she was working in Ashton Circus, tattooed lady, tattooed all over. Very interesting. If I can't sleep at night, I sit up and look at the pictures. On her chest, she's got a battleship. When I first met her, it was a rowing boat. Oh, good. Look, I better go. I've got an appointment at the dentist. I cracked a tooth off on a ginger nut on the way to work this morning. Work cover's going to fix it for me. Now, that reminds me. I had an update on the 3 bears. Baby bear comes down. Who's been eating my porridge? Father bear comes down. Who's been eating my porridge? Over there alongside the sink is Mother Bear. And who was it that got up early and cleaned up last night's mess? Mother Bear. And who was it that did the washing up? Mother Bear. And who was it that did the washing and the ironing? Mother Bear. Who was it that fed the dog? Mother Bear. Who was it that swept the front veranda? Mother Bear. I haven't had time to make the bloody stuff yet. I'll see you later.
G'day, mate. Here's a little something for your trouble. I really appreciate what you've done. I'll do what I can. Right.
Is that you, Brian?
Yes.
The name you want is Hal.
Thanks, mate. There you go.
Oh, don't tell him I told you.
Here is the fellow I'm telling you about, huh?
Yeah, have you done this sort of thing before?
What do you think, mate?
He's highly recommended.
Yeah, take this and no stuff-ups.
No worry.
Okay, how many times have I told you? Don't worry, just don't worry, okay? Trust me.
aware of the procedure.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know what to say.
Will you just keep your voice down, though, okay? Shh.
Give it.
Thank you very much. Quick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to you all at the February meeting of the Burnside Council.
I hear you're the new thinker in residence.
That is so. I now occupy that office.
Tell me, what does a thinker in residence do?
Well, I sits and I thinks. And sometimes I just sits. But I can still do it at 87.
The years roll by, and then to his outrage a birthday ushers in another age. He tallies up the score and sits aghast at how his life is passing by so fast. Retirement was inevitable then. He turned into a senior citizen. He mopes at home until at last his wife, resenting this intrusion in her life, and sensing many years of it ahead, dismisses him, protesting to his shed, where useless things too good to throw away surround him as he sits alone each day, endeavouring to fashion something good from all his sawn-off bits of salvaged wood. Or wishing for some peace, she may contrive to make him take his car out for a drive. He should resist and stay at home. Instead, he pulls a felt hat low upon his head and sends his fellow countrymen insane by driving slowly in the passing lane. Oblivious to those who from afar erect 2 fingers at his dawdling car. Because of his advanced decrepitude, he doesn't recognize this sign as rude, but drives along in total peace of mind in front of queues of traffic trapped behind.
I'm Hyacinth, Penelope.
I'm Godfrey.
And I'm Gwyn.
Known each other for 50 years, friends with thick and thin. Lent each other money, raised each other's kids.
They
take a stove and smell, wouldn't be dead for grids.
When the fiscal backup struck and the whole world had to lose, one night we said, oh, sod all this, let's go on a cruise. So we sailed away for a year and a day in a beautiful P&O boat. We took some honey and plenty of money, wrapped up in a 500, wrapped up in a 500. First stop Fiji, Livu in the islands of Fiji. They totally buggered up everything, just between you and me. The country's going down, but man, the scenery was sublime. Europeans have got their economy shot, but we had a wonderful time, we had a wonderful time. Then we sailed to Athens.
That's the capital of Greece.
Apparently their president is rogering his niece. Everything's in ruins.
Everyone danced and cried.
It was shockingly hot, we were covered in drop, and the oozer was sublime. The oozer was sublime. We thought we'd do some trekking in the highlands of Nepal.
The people there subsist somehow on almost bugger-all.
They're simply everywhere, corruption, vice and slime. It was terribly steep, but it's going to sleep.
But we had an interesting time.
We had an interesting time. Then off we went to Africa and on Peninsula.
Shops and lands and tankers there in a beautiful national park.
Of course they had some problems, not much water, too much sun. There's no end of war, diseases galore, but we had some wonderful fun. We had some wonderful fun. We thought, on the whole, we'd give the Middle East a miss.
Never know, Godfrey, when suddenly you'll find us off in a spot of bother.
I mean, it can really spoil one's day in covered in bits of suicide bother.
Not to mention one's outfit.
Gives a whole new meaning to the expression population explosion, doesn't it?
Back in dear old Italy, from Venice, Spain and Rome, our lives enriched by travel, I'm so glad to be home.
We spent a bloody fortune, see the world as past its prime. But we don't care a bit. We're all racist yet. We had a wonderful time.
Good afternoon, all of you. Thank you for coming to today's conference. In respect of the vulnerable Australian nuclear industry, it's an open secret that we're on a very steep learning curve.
Excuse me, what does open secret mean?
And what's a steep learning curve? What's a steep learning curve?
I'll continue. But by accepting our mutual differences and agreeing to disagree at this point in time, we can...
Sorry, at this point in time, does that mean now?
No, it does not. Be quiet. The leader of the opposition has done another backflip.
But if you do a backflip, you end up facing the same way.
Look, shut up, I'll have you idiots totally decimated.
Oh, well, that'd be good. I could do with losing 10% of my weight.
I continue on. These series of routine emergencies and preventable deaths must be successfully stopped.
How can you unsuccessfully stop them?
Sorry, what's a routine emergency?
What's a preventable death?
Stop constantly trying to undermine me. Just try and think outside of the square.
What square? Victoria Square.
Look, you don't realise the enormity of the black hole in the budget.
Don't be an enormousness.
I'm terminating this press conference forthwith and as from now. My God, the press pack these days is a bunch of illiterate morons.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Tony Bones and this is Q&A, the program where you learn something about everything in just under 25 minutes. Now, if we could meet our wonderful panel for this evening. First of all, we have Dr. Safrai Ibrahim Khan, Curtin Professor of Oral Hygiene. Bob the Builder.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Prawns, ever charming. And of course, we have the Icelandic singer, songwriter, and actress Björk. Ladies and gentlemen, our very, very special guest for this evening, ex-Prime Minister Mr. Paul Keating.
Now look, Abbott's a fool and a jackass. With the intelligence of a cockroach, who still gets his mother to tie his shoelaces.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
And don't get me started on the rest of that pack. That pack of conga lines, suckers and scumbags and mangy, brainless maggots. Not to mention the National Party, who couldn't get a root in a brothel with a fistful of fivers.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Keating. Thank you. We'll take that as a comment and move right on to our next section, which is a brief question from a member of our audience. Where's Peter? Peter? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It seems to me that with a huge and intractable problem of global warming that no one can fix, I mean the carbon tax is really just a tiny band-aid, and with the endless carnage in Iraq and Afghanistan and Pakistan and anywhere else that ends in Istan, and the unstoppable floods of illegal Muslim refugees heading for Australia, the criminality of sexual abuse in the Christian church, the insane Islamic fundamentalists trying to take over the world, earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, unpredictable weather patterns becoming more and more frequent and devastating the American economy in ruin and taking the whole world with it. Not to mention the USA's idiotic obsession with creationism and warmongering, the rivers of cocaine coming out of South America, the insane salaries, the ingredient checking payments and the lunatic instability of the Australian government.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. We just asked for a question or a policy speech. Now, can we get to your question, please?
Well, my question is, what does the panel think is the biggest problem facing the world today?
Can I have any decision, panel?
Right, mate. Same-sex marriage.
What are we waiting for?
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 visited the castle, Lord Jaden, he gave us 5% off because of the family connection.
Well, that was very nice of him. I mean, my mother's family name was Cock, and there was no Lord Cock Shropshire, I'm afraid.
Well, where do the cocks come from?
It's not where they come from, it's where they go to.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, Ben!
Are we all well?
Oh, we're very well, Bob. We've just been looking at our friend here's little grandchild Jaden.
Oh, mind if I look?
Boy, he's humming.
I can't hear a thing.
Hummingbirds, Richard the Turd.
Oh, how bold.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, if my daughter-in-law comes home from the gym and finds a dirty baby, she'll tear strips off me.
Oh,
Actually, I've got a grandchild called Jaden too.
What idiot would call a poor little child Jaden?
Have you got any grandchildren, Bob?
Yes, thousands of little buggers. Each of the boys has 3, and Aphrodite has 10.
10?
Well, my daughter's very popular.
But all those kids to look after.
Oh, no, she doesn't look after them. She's too busy training for the London Marathon.
Well, then, you must be very busy with the grandchildren, Bob.
No, not me. No, that's the parents' job. Each of the children have a mother and a father, and Aphrodite's children actually have 9 fathers because she had twins once. So I'm free to do whatever I like.
Well, I'm very confused because my daughter told me that the government had made grandparenting compulsory. 60 hours a week.
You've been conned by your own daughter. Not me, I'm off to golf.
Oh, lucky you. Judy calls me. Goodbye, dear. Lovely to see you. Mwah, mwah. And goodbye, Bob. And I hope you lose all your balls.
Oh, I've got to go too. I've got 10 minutes to get to childcare. Bye-bye, Ben.
I wonder who those ladies are. Shit, I've got 5 minutes to pick up Jaden from kindergarten.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
That's what you did yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't finished yet.
Hello, Bob. You're still working at the University of Adelaide?
Yeah, I'm still working at the University of Adelaide, yeah.
In administration?
In administration. But I've got myself a new position.
Really?
Yep, I'm the Vice Chancellor.
Pride, a captive crowd to whom we're proud to show the way we play. Expectoration for our nation, that's the Aussie way.
The Pommy team has always seemed a most impressive sight. They like to go from tip to toe in pristine cricket white. But we would hate to emulate the British upper class. So to upstage them we cough up them and we got it on the draft.
Our camera crews the channels use or quickly get to know the bowlers and the bats
at once sped past. Too deaf to hear, with eyes that barely see, he spends each day in front of the TV. But not for pleasure. Much of what he sees and hears is calculated to displease. He wonders now what sport is all about. Why modern tennis players have to shout. Sedgman and Rosewall didn't shriek and grunt. Who put their bloody caps on back to front? And those who commentate on each event are all grammatically incompetent. He's sick of hearing like and how it has replaced as if, as though, and even as. Well, people who have little to express say absolutely. Well, they should say yes. The phrases sort of and you know betray the paucity of what they have to say. In interviews and lifestyle shows he sees self-serving, second-rate celebrities, while news these days seems mainly to report on film stars, fashion gurus, chefs and sport. He finds the morning paper's journalese is riddled with misplaced apostrophes. While talkback shows on radio are worse. They make you want to ring them up and curse the bigoted presenters and abuse the listeners, mostly Queenslanders, who use inflections that go upward at the end of sentences, which drives you round the bend. He shouts aloud at radio and screen with epithets both vivid and obscene. He doesn't care. He'll offer up his views on anything. What has he left to lose? Bereft of influence and any power. His faculties degrading by the hour. It seems by being difficult he knows at least they'll bloody notice when he goes.
Take up the standing position, substitute. And now we will do breathing. Inhale, exhale. Down to triangle position, Trikonasana, down the side of the leg, up with the right arm and look up. Now we'll go into downward dog, follow me. Ardha Mukha Savasana, right foot forward, left foot back, hands down, right foot back.
But here in our state, they're closing the gate on a future in the arts.
Having said that, there's just the very slightest chance if she can sing as well as dance.
Doesn't need a wage.
There might be an opening.
Just the slightest opening in a church that's converted to a stage. We once could boast, right here in Adelaide, of being the festive stage. But regarding it anew, it really simply will not do to use that term for little Adelaide. That's really left in part by day.
For opportunity to put it quite candidly, there's just not enough good theatres enough, and companies only two.
Can't put your daughter on the stage here in Adelaide.
Can't put your
They said that it was on the way, but then it could not stay.
In the olden age, I'm afraid, here in Adelaide,
Quaint little Adelaide, you can't put your daughter on the stage. You can't put your daughter on the stage if you wanted to. You can't put your daughter on the stage. I know she's done the training and you said she topped her class.
but that's of no use if there's nothing to choose, not a drama nor a farce.
While it's quite clear that those with acting in their teens will find a way, if not the means, to carry on their arts. And they live in Adelaide, dear little Adelaide, you can't put your daughter on the stage. We repeat that in Adelaide, sad little Adelaide, you can't put your daughter on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. An experiment in the physics of the subject of inertia. You'll notice 4 glasses of water, 1 beautiful assistant, Miss Vava Vabon. These glasses are numbered 1, 2, 4, and 3. Could I have a tray, please? A common or garden household tray. If you would be so kind. Thank you very much, Mr. Wong. 1 common or garden tray. Could I have 4 paper tubes, if you would be so kind? Thank you very much, Mr. Wong. 4 common or garden paper tubes. These are completely unprepared. No springs, no wires, no mechanical devices of any kind. And you will notice that each tube goes directly above its corresponding glass of water. The Aquapura. You are outright. Could I have 4 eggs, please? 4 eggs. Thank you very much. Some people have commented on the similarity with the 4 eggs to a well-known brand of Queensland beer. And now, from this point onwards, I must insist on absolute silence. Well, go on, answer the bloody thing. Sorry, sir, I'm boring you. One more, that you're out, right? Are you hearing me, my son? Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bowen. Inertia.
Guantanamo Bay. You promised you would. You've lost so much credibility.
Doesn't bother me. I got my Nobel Peace Prize.
Mike, is it Mike? You said you were humble at the last election, and you promised you'd listen to the people. What happened about Union Hall, St Clair, Glenside, McLaren Vale, Mount Barker, Glenelg Cinema, and the RMH?
Doesn't bother me. I didn't listen to anybody, and I still got back.
Vicky, why did you refuse to rule out challenging Isabel for the leadership? The party lost the election.
Doesn't bother me. I got what I wanted. She didn't get in.
Hey, Jay! Mate, you've done the dirty on all of your mates. You've swapped the factions and you've wound back Foley's AAA rating.
Doesn't bother me. What's a few ratings points? I got the job.
Kevin, you there? Kevin! You've been bashed up at nightclubs for chatting up young birds many times. Doesn't it upset you?
No, gee, doesn't bother me, mate. A little pain for a lot of gain, I say. I had a lot of fun trying, mate.
Still tells us all things believable and unbelievable. And we believe in one leader, the one and only almighty female named Julia, sometimes known as Reagan. She was begotten in Wales, had all the benefits of South Australian schooling, but from thence ungratefully moved to Victoria. She ascended into Canberra, and with the help of the faceless host of archangels, she replaced Kevin 07 as Prime Minister. She governeth with the Greens, independents, and anyone else who is handy. For us men and women and our salvation, she came down on the carbon polluters, but never ever to be introduced. Carbon tax was created and will be imposed. She suffered under the phone tapping Murdoch media, which stirred support for Kevin 07, and she was being crucified. After an ugly, shrieking, backstabbing, eye-gouging and brutal brawl, she has overcome and rises again in glory. so no hear noise. Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth hath near to sleep. For Cornwall shall sleep no more. Glamis shall sleep no more. I have killed Duncan.
Ah! By your hair! It's awful!